Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. I'm Jack Brazil with your Solent Sports News headlines. Russia have officially been stripped of the Champions League final due to the country's controversial military occupation of neighbouring Ukraine. Instead, the fixture will now be played at the Stade de France on the 28th of May, with Culture Secretary Nadine Dorries welcoming the decision. She added that Russia must not be allowed to exploit sporting events to legitimise what she's called its needless attack on Ukraine. Our Ukraine correspondent Harry Smith has more.
The FA and EFL have said that they won't impose any sanctions on players, clubs or fans who decide to protest against Russia's invasion of Ukraine. There has been talk between FA officials of adopting the Ukrainian flag in some capacity to show support openly as well. This comes after Manchester City left-back Alexander Zinchenko took to Instagram to speak out against Putin's actions, with the caption, "I hope you die a slow and painful death, you monster." The post has since been deleted. FIFA President Gianni Infantino also weighed in on the situation.
Today my thoughts are really on all the people who are affected by this escalating conflict and nothing else.
Thanks, Harry. Now, in motorsport, Formula One management have decided they will be unable to host this year's Russian Grand Prix. The race has been hosted at the site of the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi and has been regularly attended by President Putin. The race was due to take place in September, but is now expected to be replaced by the Turkish Grand Prix at Istanbul Park. West Ham have allowed Andrei Yarmolenko to take some time away from the club as his country remains under siege. David Moyes insisted that the decision was best for the player's mental well-being.
I spoke with him yesterday when he was in the training ground. I spoke with him and he was upset, which you can imagine, and rightly so. So we just hope that everything goes well and that all his family members and close family members all keep safe.
Elsewhere, the Hammers were drawn against high-flying Spanish side Sevilla in the Europa League round of 16. Sevilla are currently enjoying a stellar season in Spain's top flight, sitting in second, just 6 points behind Real Madrid. Rangers will face Red Star Belgrade after their impressive 6-4 aggregate victory over Borussia Dortmund. In the Conference League, Leicester will come up against French side Rennes. Southampton will be looking to make it 10 games unbeaten at St Mary's as they host Norwich tonight at 8 p.m. And the Saints will be boosted by the return of French fullback Romain Perraud, who missed last week's 2-0 victory over Everton due to COVID. Although Norwich currently find themselves bottom of the Premier League, Southampton manager Ralph Hasenhüttl has insisted that his team cannot underestimate today's opponents.
The Premier League is too strong to lean back. It's too strong to say this is an easy game or now we have an easy schedule or something like that. The guys are hungry and they want to show up again, and I'm very, very positive that we see a very intense and good game from our side.
There were exciting scenes for Solent football on Wednesday when they found out that they had won the Bucks Western Tier 3 division title. The first team had just advanced to the final of the Western Conference Cup after a 6-1 win against Cardiff University. News then came through after the game that Winchester's first team had lost their match against Bournemouth, meaning Solent cannot be caught at the top of the league. I'm joined by first team defender Rhys Locke, who has been a part of a history-making week for Solent. Rhys, how good did that feel when that news came through that you had won the league after winning that cup game?
Oh, it was amazing. We were all just in the change. Well, not all of us. There's about 7 of us left in the changing room. Everyone was awaiting this message back from Winchester. It came through. Some crazy scenes in the changing room. We all ran out into the car park to find the others. It was amazing.
And obviously the season's not done yet. You still have that big cup final to go. How is the team preparing for that, and how focused are you on bringing home that title?
Well, the manager's given us the day off tonight, but then hard work starts again next week. We still have to play Winchester next week in the league, and then after that it's straight on to the final, I think.
Rhys, all of us here at Solent really hope you bring home that title and continue to make history. Thank you for joining us, Rhys. To the Six Nations now. England will face Wales tomorrow as Eddie Jones's side look for their second win in a row. Current leaders France travel to Murrayfield to play a tricky Scotland, who want to bounce back from last week's narrow defeat to Ireland. The final fixture this week will see Italy against Ireland as the Italians look for their first win in this year's competition. That's all from us now. I'll be back in an hour.